Good morning, I'm Duncan Golestani. A British-Iranian dual national has been executed in Iran, according to the country's state media. Ali Reza Akbari was a former deputy defence minister in Iran. He was arrested in 2019 and convicted of spying for the UK, which he denied. The Prime Minister has called his execution a callous and cowardly act. Joe Koshan has the latest.
Ali Reza Akbari spent the last 4 years in Iranian prison after being convicted of spying for MI6, a crime he says he didn't commit.
They said I met the head of the Supreme National Security Council during President Rouhani's administration and gave him a bottle of perfume as a gift. In return, they say he gave me secret national intelligence under the supervision of the intelligence services, and I, in turn, gave it to foreigners.
Upon hearing the news of his execution from Iranian state media this morning, the Prime Minister described it as a callous and cowardly act carried out by a barbaric regime with no respect for the human rights of their own people. In the hours before Akbari's death, the British and United States governments appealed to Iran not to follow through with their threat.
The United States echoes the British government's strong call for Iran not to proceed with this execution and to release Mr. Akbari immediately. The charges against Ali Reza Akbari and his sentencing to execution were politically motivated. His execution would be unconscionable. We are greatly disturbed by the reports that Mr. Akbari was drugged, tortured while in custody, interrogated for thousands of hours, and forced to make false concessions.
Foreign Secretary James Cleverly tweeted, "This barbaric act deserves condemnation in the strongest possible terms, and this will not stand unchallenged." The UK government believe Akbari's British-Iranian dual national status meant he could have been singled out for his links to campaigners as anti-government protests sweep the country. His execution may only inflame tensions further. Joe Koshan, ITV News.
Russia has claimed its forces have captured the Ukrainian town of Soledar, which it sees as important in its struggle to push westwards into the country. However, Ukrainian authorities maintain the fight for the small salt mining town continues. It has been one of the bloodiest battles of the nearly year-long war. The guidance given to landlords over the health risks of mould and damp will be reviewed after the death of a toddler. 2-year-old Awab Ishak died from a respiratory condition caused by exposure to mould at his home in Rochdale. The coroner at the inquest into his death asked the government to take action to prevent future deaths. Ministers have announced new guidance will come in the summer. Single-use plastic plates, cutlery and a host of other items are set to be banned in England from October. The Department for the Environment said that a new ban will also cover single-use plastic bowls, trays, as well as certain types of polystyrene cups and food containers, as the government seeks to curb the impact of plastic on the environment. Prince Harry has said there are many details about his family not in his autobiography because he doesn't think his family would ever forgive him. In his latest interview, Harry told the Daily Telegraph the first draft of Spare was double its current length at around 800 pages. But he said there are some things that have happened, especially between me and my brother, and to some extent between me and my father, that I just don't want the world to know. And finally, this time next year, he could be a Hollywood star. It has been reported that Only Fools and Horses actor Nicholas Lyndhurst has been cast in the sequel to the hit US sitcom Frasier. According to entertainment industry newspaper Variety, he'll star as a boozy British university professor opposite Kelsey Grammer. And that is it for now. We are back with our next bulletin at 12:15, but updates continue over on ITVX. For now, though, have a lovely morning. Bye-bye.